Let me just share the screen. Yeah, so last class was on 28th. That's it. Yeah, can everyone see this? Yes or no? Everyone can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, Aisha. Thank you. Now let us write some graphical representation. But we did not write the generalized statement kind of thing, right? Like inversely proportional, directly proportional. I think we did not write that. Yeah, we haven't written that. Yeah. Please write. When you have what? When you have constant pressure, right? When you have constant pressure at constant pressure. Please write this to me. At constant pressure, the volume of a certain amount of gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. Okay, that means what are the constants here? Constant pressure and certain amount of gas. Certain amount means what? Amount will be also constant. That means the number of moles will be constant. And here we have volume is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. What does this absolute temperature mean? What is the meaning of absolute temperature?
The Kelvin scale.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So what is absolute temperature? Absolute temperature. The temperature in Kelvin scale. Hence we can write what? Hence we can write that volume is directly proportional to temperature. Hence volume is equal to some constant. Now you will write K2 because K1 was used in the Boyle's law, right? Here we will use K2 into temperature. Hence we can write V upon T is a constant K2. It is a constant. And what does this constant represents? What does this constant represents? This constant represents pressure and number of moles. Yes or no, guys? It represents the number of moles and pressure, right? Because pressure and number of moles is constant here. This constant in Charles' law, it represents what? It represents the pressure and number of moles. Hence, we can write V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Please tell me if you're done writing this. Okay, write this down. These are the two main equations of Charles' law. And this is the other equation which is main.
Done, sir.
Everyone done? Is there anyone who is still writing? Yes, Gloria, Muhammad. No. Everyone is done? Done. Okay. Now write graphical representation. Please remember that this temperature is what? This temperature is absolute temperature. This temperature is absolute temperature. Okay. And graphical representation. Graphs of Charles law. Graphs of Charles law. Now, when you have graph of Charles law, then you can, first of all, we will try to make the graph of v by t is equal to constant. Okay, v by t is equal to constant. Now, when we are going to make v by t is equal to constant, where t is in Kelvin scale. Okay, so first of all, the volume versus temperature, and this temperature is in what? It is in Kelvin scale. Now, when it is in Kelvin scale, we can write v by t is equal to some constant k2, and hence we can imply that the volume is equal to k2 times t. Okay, this is the way we are now. What we can write, we can plot the v in the y-axis, the temperature in the x-axis, and this k2 will work as the slope. K2 will work as the slope, and hence we can get a formula which is something like this. Okay, and the graph will be coming from origin. We will have the volume over here, the temperature over here, and we will also have the slope here. This is the slope theta. Tan theta is equal to k2. Okay, and this k2 represents what? The pressure and the number of moles. So if we have a force, and the second graph can be made if we have volume versus temperature in degrees Celsius. First of all, write this, then we will do volume versus temperature in degrees Celsius. Done, everyone? Are you guys done with this? Yes or
Yes,
no? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now please tell me, see, we have one equation, that is v by t is equal to k2. Yes or no, guys? V by t is equal to k2. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
But this t is what? T is in Kelvin scale. But here the t is in Kelvin scale. Now, when I want to write this in Celsius scale, I will convert this t into what? Degree Celsius. How we can do that? T plus 273, na? Yes or no? T plus 273. If I will do this, then it will be in degrees Celsius or no? T minus 273. Yes, tell me. T plus 273 for degree Celsius or T minus 273? कोई बोल ही नहीं रहा है. Arey, how will you convert if you have, let us say, 300 Kelvin? Now, what will be the temperature in degrees Celsius? Tell me.
300 minus 273.
Minus 273. Now we have T in Kelvin scale, so it will be T minus 273. Now, whatever this value will be, it will be in degrees Celsius. Now it will be in degrees Celsius. Yes or no? All of you understood this? Tell me. Yes or no? Muhammad, Siraj, Hishma, Gloria, Aisha. क्या हुआ, नहीं समझ में आया क्या आप लोगों को ये चीज? Yes, Hishma. Why you are not? No, please speak. Please speak. Muhammad, you got this? Yes or no? Yes, Muhammad. Siraj. Siraj, can you please?
Sir.
Yes, did you get this? What did I do? How did we convert from Kelvin to degree Celsius?
We subtract 173.
You understand this, na? That's what I'm asking. You know, you can see what we have done, but did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
What about you, Gloria? Yes, Gloria. Okay, let us get back. So V upon T by 273 degrees Celsius is equal to K2. Now we can write V is equal to K2 into T minus 273. Okay. Now this temperature will be, or now what will be this whole term? This whole term will be in degrees Celsius, right? This whole term will be in degrees Celsius. Hence you can write what? V is equal to K2T minus K2 into 273. Okay, K2 into 273. So the graph, the kind of graph that you will get here, you can plot it like this. This is the X and Y axis. Now, when you have the volume which is zero, and volume is zero, the temperature in Celsius scale is equal to what? Minus 273. Okay, this is the X-axis, because you can have minus in degrees Celsius also. That is why you have both the X-axis and the Y-axis. So then when the volume was zero, the temperature was minus 273. Right? And from here, you will make a graph like this. Okay, from here, you will make a graph like this. Please write this down. Let me know if you're done.
Done, sir.
Is everyone done? Yes or
Done, sir.
no? Okay. I hope you can do this question. You have done this type of question from Boyle's law also. I mean, the idea is same. You have to compare the constant. Okay, you have to compare the constant. Where is the constant higher? You have to first of all identify what is the constant, and then you can tell me. Then you can tell me which is higher, which of the constant is higher for P1, P2, or P3. Write this down. Let me know if you're done. Okay. Yes, Ishma, very good. Correct. Let me know if you're done. Okay, only Hishma, no one else. कल भी किया हम लोगों ने, आप लोग पढ़ते नहीं है ना? Please start studying. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Okay. Muhammad has answered. Anyone else? Let us wait a minute. Okay, Shiraj. Acha, now people are answering. Okay, Aisha. What do we have? We have the equation which is V by T is equal to what? V by T is equal to K2, right? V by T is equal to Vt, and this is what? This is the slope only. This here is the slope. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let us just compare now. है ना? So here you have a temperature. Yes or no? Here you have a temperature. Now, when you have a temperature here, that means this is T. Then the values of volume are different. Okay, the values of volume are different. So for this, I will write this is V1, V2, and V3. Fine. V1, V2, and V3. Yes or no, guys? Now you just compare here. V1 into T, V2 into T, because temperature is same. V3 into T. So since the temperature is same, what you can do, you can just compare the P1, P2, and P3. So this will be the right option. B is the right option, guys, as you can see from the graph. Okay. Right. So this is another way by which you can compare compare which will be higher and which will be lower. Let me know if you're done. I hope everyone is done. Now write a question. Sample of gas. A sample of gas occupies 1.5 liters at 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, at what? At 25 degrees Celsius. If temperature is raised to 60 degrees Celsius, what will be the new volume? The new volume of gas with pressure constant. If pressure was kept constant. If pressure was kept constant. Please listen, guys. You have to convert the degree Celsius to Kelvin. Okay, don't forget to do that. Siraj, just a good rule of thumb would be two digits after decimal points. Okay, try this. You have to keep the answer. You have to have the answer 2 digits after decimal point. So if your answer is, let us say, 0.3 you have written, then you just try to calculate the one more next decimal point. Okay. When you will do this, you will know why I'm saying that. Yeah, correct. So now you understand that your answer would have been wrong if you said the previous one. Yes or no, should I? Because if you round up, है ना? Yes, Aisha, correct. Anyone else? Only Shiraj and Aisha, Hishma, Gloria, Muhammad. What about you guys?
2 minutes, sir.
Okay, okay. Yes, Mohammed, that's approximately correct. So most of you are getting the right answer. So we have what? Pressure is constant. Pressure is constant, and what we are changing the volume and the temperature here. We are changing the temperature here, and because of the change in temperature, there will be a change in volume. There will be a change in volume. So we will apply what? We will apply the Charles law. But before that, we have to write all whatever is given to us. The V1 is 1.5 liters. The T1 is 273 plus 25, which will be equal to 298 Kelvin. Then you have V2, which is equal to, this is not given to us. The T2 is 60 plus 273, 333 Kelvin. So you can write V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Now, now what we are going to do here? Now we are going to substitute each and everything. V2 is equal to V1 T2 V1 T2 divided by T1. 1.5 liters into 333 Kelvin divided by 298 Kelvin. Kelvin and Kelvin can cancel out each other, and you will get the answer as 1.68 liters. Okay, there will be some mistakes in your approximation, but 1.68 is the nearest. Okay, please write this down. Let me know if you're done.
So my answer was wrong, sir.
No. Your answer is fine. I mean 6, 7, 6, 8. It is fine. You must have learned error, na, in physics chapter. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now in physics chapter you have learned error. So how much error is fine if you do some measurement? No idea.
No, sir.
5% error चलता है.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so those who have not written, please write this down. Let me know if you're done. Is everyone done? Is everyone done? Is there anyone who's still writing?
Done, sir.
Done. Okay. Write the next law, that is Gay-Lussac's law. So fourth law. Third law or fourth law? Third law, no? Third law. Gay-Lussac's law. This law gives the relationship between pressure and temperature. Okay, it gives the relationship between pressure and temperature. Please write there. Write the statement first. At constant volume, the pressure of a fixed amount of gas varies directly with temperature. Varies how? It varies directly with temperature. So what we can write? Pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Okay, but see, the reverse is also true. These both things are not, I mean, they are saying that it varies directly with temperature. Now that means what will happen if the pressure is increased and volume is kept constant? So temperature will also what? The pressure is increased, then temperature will also increase. So you write here pressure is directly proportional to temperature, and so you can write pressure is equal to some constant K3 into T. And what else you can write? You can write P upon T is equal to K3, and then you can write pressure upon P1 upon T1 is equal to P2 upon T2. Done, guys?
Done, sir.
Wait a second. What did I write for? Okay. Find the graph. So here we are. This is pressure. This will be temperature. Again, you will get a straight line graph. Okay, so I'm just making a few. V3 is greater than V2. Is greater than V1. Okay. Write this down. Let me know if you're done. Also, one more thing. Regarding the graph of this is V1 T1 now. The V1 T1 is also this graph. It is correct. Wait a second. Let me just change this. This one is correct. It is due to the fact that pressure is directly proportional to some constant into temperature. But the reverse is also true. That is temperature is what? Temperature is also directly proportional to pressure, as we have seen, into some constant. And here also what? Here also the temperature and volume, they both are directly varying. That means if you increase the temperature, then what will happen? The volume will increase. Yes or no? And similarly, if you increase the volume, then what will happen? The temperature should also increase if everything is constant. Okay. So due to this, I mean, both are varying. Now that is why you have to depend on the practical result, the experimental result. Okay. So this A is correct. Please write this down, that A is correct. Okay. You have to base this into experimental results. So whenever you have this type of relationship, P1 T1 or V1 upon T1, then you will have one which is towards the temperature, it will be higher. The graph which will be towards temperature, it will be higher. Okay, correct that A and then write this graph.
Done, sir.
Is everyone done? Okay. So just write some remarks. So in remarks, the first point you will write, we did not write any practical application for Charles law. Na? So write regarding Charles law. See, hot air balloon. Write with me. Hot air balloon has gas with high temperature due to which according to Charles law, what happens? According to Charles law, with high temperature due to which according to Charles law, the volume increases. The volume increases and the density of gas decreases. The density of gas decreases. Hence, hot air balloon replaces the cold air around it, around and above it, as it moves upwards. As it moves upwards. Okay. Now, the next is regarding the Gay-Lussac law. The next practical application regarding the Gay-Lussac law. In summers, as the temperature increases, what happens? The air in tires also experience increase in temperature, and according to Gay-Lussac law, the pressure increases, which sometimes leads to what? Leads to burst. Yeah, bursting of tires in summers. Okay, so these are the two practical application of these are one is for Charles law and the other is for Gay-Lussac law.
Done, sir.
Is everyone done?
So 1 minute, sir.
Okay. Done?
Yes, sir.
Wait a second. Write a question. Closed chamber, a closed rigid chamber contains hydrogen, gas. Okay, hydrogen gas. When immersed in a water bath. What do you know? What is a water bath? No, of melting ice. That is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, 0 degrees Celsius. When immersed in a water bath of melting ice, that is 0 degrees Celsius, the pressure was measured to be 1.07 into 10 to the power 2 kilopascals. 10 to the power 2 kilopascal. What will be the pressure? What will be the pressure? What will be the pressure when the gas is heated up to 100 degrees Celsius? Okay. Again, the temperature here is what? The temperature here is absolute temperature. Okay. You have to use absolute temperature in the equation. Please write this down. Let me know if you're done. Let me know if you're done. Okay. No one is done. Let me know if you're stuck or something, okay? I have received one answer. Okay, Aisha. Aisha, can you tell me what is constant here? Is there anything which is constant? Yes, Aisha, is there anything which is constant here? We have 4 parameters, right? What are the 4 parameters? The first one is, let's say, pressure. Then we have temperature. These parameters, Aisha, parameters. What is constant here? Pressure, temperature, amount,
Volume.
No, I'm asking Aisha. Or volume. And what else? There is one more thing, Aisha. There is one more thing which is constant here. Why volume is constant? Can you tell me, Aisha, why volume is constant? Why do you think we have not given anywhere volume is constant here? It's not written anywhere that the volume is constant. Okay, Aisha, you will tell me why is the volume constant? Think about it first, okay? Whenever you get a question like this, now think about what is given. A closed rigid chamber, Hannah. So what will be that chamber? Okay. And when it is immersed in, then think about it. Think about it that is happening in front of your eyes. Okay. You have a chamber which is closed and rigid. Then it has some gas. Then you are immersing it into a water bath of melting ice. That means around 0 degrees Celsius. Then you are heating it up. Okay. Then you are heating it up. Think about it and tell me. It's in Pascal. So how many kilopascal this would be? Is it clear now, Aisha? Okay, Sayyid Mohammed, wait a second. Let me just round this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Fine. 1, 2. So this will be 145.5. Okay, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's almost correct only. Yeah. But you are doing some mistake in the calculation, I guess. Yeah, Hishma and Muhammad. Yeah. Correct. Aisha, can you hear me now? Okay. So let us do this question. So let us see what are things that are given here. Okay. So we have a closed rigid chamber. Okay. What do we have? A closed rigid chamber. When you will have a closed rigid chamber, that means if something is closed and it is what it is rigid also. If something is closed and it is rigid, that means the volume is what? That means the volume is constant. That means its volume will never change. Okay. Volume is constant. And that volume is what? That volume is the volume of chamber. That means the volume of gas is not going to change. Now, if it is closed, that means no gas is getting inside and no gas is what? Getting outside. That means what is constant? The amount is constant. The amount is constant. Okay. Amount is constant. Now, if the volume is constant and the amount is constant, that means what is changing here? The pressure is changing and the temperature is changing. The pressure is changing and the temperature is changing. So we have Gay-Lussac law. According to Gay-Lussac law, what is according to Gay-Lussac law? P1 T1, P1 upon T1 is equal to P2 upon T2. No, you have 0 degrees Celsius. So I can write this as P1 is how much? P1 is 107. I'll just write it like this first. We need to find the P2. So hence this will be P1 T2 divided by T1, which will be equal to P1 is how much? P1 is 107 kilopascal into the temperature is given as 0 degree. 0 degrees Celsius means how much Kelvin? 273 na? 273 Kelvin, yes or no, guys? And here you will have 373 Kelvin.
Yes.
उल्टा लिख दिया हमने. Wait a second. T1 is 272 because 0 and T2 is 373. Yeah. And this will be around how much? I think it is 145 or 146 kilopascal. Okay, it is around 146 kilopascal. Write this down. Aisha, write this down. Let me know if you're done. Done. Okay. Now, write Avogadro's law, fourth one. Avogadro's law. What does Avogadro's law state? Please write with me. Equal volumes of all gases. Equal volume of all gases under same conditions of temperature and pressure. Under same conditions of temperature and pressure contain equal number of moles. Okay, that means you can write volume. What volume is directly proportional to number of moles. If the number of moles will increase, then what will happen? The volume will also increase. Hence, we can write the volume is equal to a constant which is K4 into M. Okay, this is the fourth law. That's K4. Let me know if you're done, guys.
Done, sir.
Okay, now you will write molar volume. Wait a second. Molar volume. Okay. So in molar volume, what is molar volume? the volume of one mole of gas. Okay, the volume of 1 mole of gas. But this volume, it will depend on what? It will depend on what temperature you are taking and at what pressure you are measuring this volume, right? So volume depends on both temperature and pressure. Now, here what we want to understand, we want to write a list of conditions, like there is standard STP, standard temperature and pressure, which has been revised, and then there is SATP, standard ambient temperature and pressure. So we'll see what is the volume of 1 mole of gases in these conditions. Okay, in these conditions. So the first one is molar volume in STP. Okay, standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature and pressure. So standard temperature and pressure, it has temperature is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, or you can say what, or 273.15 Kelvin. Yes or no? And the pressure is taken as 1 atm. How much is the pressure? 1 atmospheric pressure. Yeah. And the volume comes out to be, how much? The volume comes out to be 22.4 liters per mole. But this definition is old. Okay, this is old. IUPAC recently, 1976, I guess that is the year in which IUPAC updated its STP. The temperature was 0 degrees Celsius, same 15 Kelvin, but the pressure was changed. Okay, but the pressure was changed to 1 bar, and the volume was taken as the volume. When you calculate the volume here, it will be 22.7 liters per mole. 7 liters per mole. 22.7 liters per mole. Okay, so this is when you have STP. Now you have to remember both of these things, and whenever they will ask you regarding STP, you will write both of these things. Okay, so you write old, and this is what, this is new. This is the new definition for STP. Write this down. Let me know if you're done.
Done, sir.
Is everyone done? Or is someone writing? No one is writing. Okay. Write the second. Okay. Second is standard SATP. Standard ambient temperature and pressure. Standard ambient temperature and pressure. So here the temperature. What is the ambient temperature? Normally कितना होता है? Do you guys know what is the normal temperature? Room temperature जिसको कहते हैं?
25
No.
degrees.
Yeah, correct. 25 degrees. Yeah, 25 degrees Celsius or 298 Kelvin or 298 Kelvin. The pressure is 1 atm. Generally, it is 1 atm. Around 1 atm. Okay. And the volume comes out to be 22. I think it is 24.7. 8 something liters per mole. So this is also something that you have to remember. Done?
Yes, sir.
Now let us write a few things here. Okay. The relation between density and molar mass. Relation between density and molar mass. So what do we have? We have two formulas for number of moles. Number of moles is equal to the given mass, W upon the molar mass. Yes or no? Number of moles is equal to this much only, na? Huh? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now number of moles is equal to this. And according to what? According to the Avogadro's law, the volume is equal to what? Volume is equal to some constant, that is K4 we have taken as, and into number of moles. And hence we can write this as K4 into the given mass divided by molar mass is what? It is the volume of the gas, right? This is the mass of the gas, that is W. Molar mass of the gas, this is the volume of the gas. Now we can write the molar mass of the gas is equal to some constant K, and what you will get here, the mass of the gas divided by the volume of the gas. Hence you can write what? What you can write? The molar mass is equal to K into, this is what? Mass upon volume, which will be density, है ना? You can write this is density. Molar mass is equal to K into density. Hence molar mass is directly proportional to the, or then, oh sorry, density is directly proportional to, okay, the density is directly proportional to molar mass. Okay, so please write this. Density is directly proportional to molar mass.
Sir, the
Let me know if
constant
you're
is same, right?
हाँ वही कोई K4 ही, sorry, K4 ही, not changing, sorry. Done everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right? Ideal gas. Ideal gas. Okay. So what is an ideal gas? Please write with me. The gas which strictly follows what? All the four laws. All the four laws, है ना? Is known as ideal gas. It is known as ideal gas. You may also see some definition like this: the gas which follows Boyle's law, Charles law, and Avogadro's law is known as ideal gas. Okay, here you will see that the Gay-Lussac law has been ignored, and why it is ignored, we will understand that in the derivation. Okay, you will understand that in the derivation. Let me know if you're done. Okay.
Done, sir.
What about others? Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, derivation of ideal gas equation. Derivation of ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation. That means what is ideal gas? Ideal gas is something which follows the Boyle's law, Charles law, and the Avogadro's law. So we'll write first of all those law, and then we will understand how we can derive this gas law. So according to Boyle's law, what is the Boyle's law? What is the Boyle's law? Volume is somebody is trying to say, but I cannot hear you.
Proportional to 1 by V.
Yeah, it is inversely proportional to volume, not inversely proportional to 1 by V.
Okay.
Yes, Muhammad. है ना?
Yes.
You understand the difference? है ना? You understand the difference, right?
Yes.
Okay. So because if you will say, sorry, inversely proportional to pressure, that means if you are going to say na, that volume is inversely proportional to, that means you have to write inversely proportional to 1 by V. Then you have to write it like this. So you just say inversely proportional to V, P, or you will say inversely or directly proportional to 1 by P, according to Boyle's law, and you write according to Charles' law. According to Charles' law, the volume is directly proportional to temperature, है ना? And according to Avogadro's law, the volume is directly proportional to number of moles. Volume is directly proportional to number of moles. Now we can combine these. Let us say this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Combine 1, 2, and 3. So you can say volume is what? It is proportional to, volume is proportional to temperature, number of moles and temperature, and it is divided by P. Yes or no? Can we write this? Tell me. Any difficulty till here? V is proportional to NT upon P. No, na?
No, sir.
No, okay, fine. Hence you can say what? PV is directly proportional to number of moles into T. Now you can write PV is equal to nRT. This R is a constant which is known as universal gas constant. R is a constant which is known as universal gas constant. Molar gas constant or universal gas constant. It is known as universal gas constant because it is same for all the gases. It is same for all the gases. Okay, and this equation is known as ideal gas equation. This equation is known as ideal gas equation. Let me know if you're done, guys.
Done, sir.
Is everyone done? Is anyone writing? No, na?
No, sir.
No, okay. Now let us write the gas constant, the universal gas constant. Write the topic universal gas constant. What does it mean? I mean, this universal gas constant. So there are two types of constants, right? There are some unitless constant, and there is some constant which has some unit, which has unit. By the way, do you guys remember what is the formula for free fall? If something is falling freely under gravity,
Yes, sir.
what is the formula?
MG.
Mg.
MGH.
MGH is to gravitational.
Potential energy.
If something, if I want to escape velocity, what is the formula for escape velocity? Escape velocity हुआ है आप लोगों का नहीं हुआ है? I think it is √2gh, na? √2gh is the escape velocity, right? No, yes, anything? Escape velocity is √2 by r. Okay, if r is equal to 1, then okay. So I mean, whenever you get some constant, now you will see sometimes it is 2, sometimes it is 3. There is some number. So when there is only number, that means they are a unitless constant. But universal gas constant is not a unitless constant. It has some units. Okay. So we'll see why. We'll see and what is the unit, and then from unit we will give a name, and then we will understand what is gas from the units only. So first of all, we'll write the ideal gas equation, that is PV is equal to nRT. From here we can say that R is equal to what? R is equal to PV upon NT. PV upon NT, yes or no? Yes or no? What is P here? What is P? What is P? अरे भाई
Pressure.
Pressure, sir.
क्या तो बोलिए भाई, क्या हो गया आप लोगों को? प्रेशर. वॉल्यूम, व्हाट इज वॉल्यूम? V ना?
V, yes.
V is volume. And N is moles.
No, moles.
Yeah, moles. And T is temperature.
Temperature.
T is temperature. Okay. And see, pressure is a derived quantity. Yes or no?
Yes.
It is not. I mean, one of those 7. क्या quantity बोलते हैं उनको?
Fundamental units.
Fundamental quantities. It is not a fundamental quantity. So you will have pressure is what? Pressure is force upon area.
Newton meter square.
Yeah, force upon area. And what is this volume?
Meter cube.
Volume we can, let's keep it volume, okay, because area
Okay.
यहाँ पे ना बाद में इसको थोड़ा सा keep करेंगे. Moles we can write moles only, and temperature is a fundamental quantity, and we can write temperature also. Yes or no?
Yes.
Temperature. Let us divide this further more, na? Let us divide this further more. You can cancel a few things from area and volume. I think force is equal to area is what? L square, and volume is what? L cube. है ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we will get moles into temperature, moles into temperature. Then we can cancel these two. We will get force into length divided by mole into temperature. Now tell me, force into length. Length is distance only, na? Length means what? Distance? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Length means distance. Now what is force into distance? F into D.
Work, sir.
Work, very good. Work. Divided by mole into temperature. Mole into temperature, okay? Now you will write. Acha, were you writing with me, or you want to write this now?
No, sir. We are writing.
You are writing, okay, fine. So what does R represent? R represents the work done. R represent what? The work done per degree per mole, per degree per mole. So see, what does it mean? Please listen. What does it mean? For example, you have 1 mole of gas. Okay, you have 1 mole of gas, and this temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, this temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, and it is 1 mole. If I want to raise this temperature from 0 degrees Celsius to 1 degree Celsius, I will have to apply some heat. That means I will have to do some kind of work in that system. Now that is what R is representing. So if you want to increase the temperature, if you want to increase 1 degree temperature of a particular system of 1 mole, then how much work you need to do on that system? How much work you need to do on that system? That is represented by R. That is represented by R. Okay. Now then comes the hard part here. The numerical values for R. Okay, please write this down. Let me know if you are done. Done,
Done, sir.
everyone? Done, okay. Values of R. Values of R. Right, number 1. R is equal to, it depends on, see, here it is what, it depends on what is the unit of pressure What is the unit of volume? Okay, what is the unit of volume? Because temperature will not change. Temperature we will always keep as what? Temperature we will always keep as Kelvin only. Okay, we cannot go to degrees Celsius, and number of moles has only one unit, that is moles. So it will depend on what is the volume, what is the unit of pressure and volume we are using. So R is equal to, please write 0.0821 liter ATM per Kelvin per mole. Liter ATM per Kelvin per mole. Okay, and you can see that this is most commonly used values, because liter is, for gas we always use liter, and pressure we always say it in terms of liters. So sorry, in terms of ATM, and a volume is in terms of liters. Secondly, right, R is equal to 82.1. 82.1. Can anyone tell me? This will be what? ml है ना, ml ATM per Kelvin per mole. Right, the third one, it is 8.314. Right, R first now. 8.314, and what is here? You will have joule per Kelvin per mole. So where does this joule comes from? We know that it is what? R is what? Work upon Kelvin and per mole, right? So work has the unit of joules. Work has the units of joules. That is why joule is coming here, 8.314 joules per Kelvin per mole. Whenever we will be talking in terms of energy, you will be using 8.314. Okay. Fourth is R is equal to 0.0831 bar dm cube per Kelvin per mole. Okay. So what is dm cube? Dm cube is liters only. Okay. I hope you guys know dm cube is 1 liter. Let me know if you're done, guys.
Done, sir.
Now let us do some questions. A sample of nitrogen occupies a volume of 1 liter at a pressure of 0.5 bar at 40 degrees Celsius. At how much? At 40 degrees Celsius. Calculate the pressure. Calculate the pressure if gas is compressed to 0.225 milliliter at -6 degrees Celsius. -6 degrees Celsius. So see, whenever you are doing any question in gas law, first thing is that you will convert the temperatures. Okay, you will convert the temperatures. So, right, T1 is equal to how much? 40 degrees Celsius, and T2 is equal to how much? -6 degrees Celsius. Okay, -6 degrees Celsius. Now if you can write here, T1 is equal to this much. So this one, if you convert this, 40 plus 273, 313 now, 313 Kelvin, and -6, 267 Kelvin. 267 Kelvin. Now what do we have? Occupies a volume of 1 liter. So volume 1 is equal to 1 liter, but we will not write 1 liter because it is now given in ml. So we can write 1000 ml. V1 is 1000 ml. What is V2? V2 is equal to 0.225 ml. Okay. Okay or not okay? Achha, wait a second. We can do in ml also, no problem. ml. After that, is there anything else given? Temperature, volume, and pressure. Pressure is equal to 0.5 bar. 0.5 bar, and we have to write the pressure here. P2 is equal to how much? Now we need to see the units here. So you have unit Kelvin. You will not see for Kelvin. You will see what is the unit for volume. ml is the unit, and pressure has bar. Is there any here something which has ml and bar? No, ml and bar is not there. ml and bar is not there, right? ml and bar is not there. But we have bar and dmq. So this is for 1 liter. If it is 1 liter, then I can write it as 1000 ml. So you can multiply 1000 there, right? So R is equal to, then you will write R what? Okay, you will write R. R will be equal to how much here? Tell me. R will be equal to, or do we need R? I don't think we need R also here. Don't worry. What you can write? PV is equal to nRT. Hence you can write R is equal to what? R is equal to PV upon NT. Therefore, P1 V1 upon N1 T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon N2 T2, because this is a constant and this is PV upon NT, even upon. Now we have what? We have a sample of nitrogen gas. So that N1 and N2 are equal. So you can ignore that N1 and N2 since N1 is equal to N2. You can write what? P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2. We need to find what? We need to find P2. So P2 will be equal to P1 V1 T2 P1 V1 T2 upon V2 into T1. Yes. Now what you need to do? You need to plug in the values and calculate the answer. Calculate the answer, okay? Your answer should be in bars. P1. There is no replacement for calculation, okay? So you have to calculate. one answer. Pascal, Muhammad Pascal. Answer will be in bar, na? Yeah. Yeah, it is fine. I'm sending you the correct answer. You calculate the error and tell me if it is okay or not. Okay. I'm sending you the correct answer. You have 500 into 267 divided by 0.225 into 313. Calculate the error, na? Yeah, calculate the error. Na? Tell me, na? I think it is fine. I mean, as per my standards and the various international standards, 5% error is okay. Okay. What about others? You are not getting the answer. So calculation, only calculation, nothing else. So who is stuck? Who is stuck here? Hishma, are you done?
Doing, sir.
अच्छा, आठ आठ सात 15, 1 3 2 It is not accurate na. I have sent you the answer, Mohammed. I have sent you the answer na, Mohammed. Can you see the answer? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So you tell me, is it correct or not correct?
It's not.
It's not.
Yes.
Let us convert this to 40 or 940. 940 कर लेंगे तो it will be helpful. So this will be 940, 1780 divided by 940 into 10 to the power 3. So this will be equal to 178 upon 94 into 10 to the power 3. So you will have, so how much by 2? 47. And if you have 178, this will be 89 only, no? 89 only. So now you can do the division. It is approximately equal to 1.89, 1.8936 into 10 to the power 3. So we'll get 189.3.6. Okay. And the accurate answer is 1895.6. So this is pretty close. Okay, this is pretty close. Your answer is also fine. क्या बोलते हैं आपका Mohammed? Your answer is also fine. Okay. Because the error, if you see now, it is less than 5%. It should be acceptable. That's what I am saying. But अगर आपका teacher बहुत ही खड़ूस है तो वो काट देगा. But if you
Okay,
if you have done all the calculation now, because see what is the difference? How much is the difference there? It is less than 5%. The error is less than 5%. Okay. Okay, so let us just write
Sir,
last part. Just tell me, Hishma. Yes, Hishma, tell me.
sir, how did you make it 940?
ऐसे ही.
And
You can do.
it.
I mean, you can do this much approximation for the easy. If you have to calculate easy, you see now. I mean, what is the difference? We got a difference of 189. This is the correct answer, 95.6. Okay, and you got 1.93.6. So rather than complicating things, and again, you are going to get it wrong only, right? At the end, you have to approximate somewhere. Now you can see if I do just tweak of one digit here, then it will be fine. So you don't show it like this, okay? Don't show it like this, but you can do it. Okay, Rishma.
Okay, sir.
So like if you have 940, for example, just imagine like this. Okay, just imagine like this. If you had 939, you had to give somebody 939 rupees, and you gave 940 rupees to him or her. Would it matter to you, Rishma?
No.
No. And let us suppose you were supposed to give 1 rupees, but you gave 2 rupees. Now it will matter, na? Because you are giving double. Let us say,
Yeah.
hi, you're giving double here. Okay, so what it doesn't matter. So you know, I mean, this is intuitiveness that you will reach if you start doing some problems. Okay, you start doing some problems, then you tweak here and there. You get the right answer, and then go back to that problem and say, अच्छा कहाँ पे हम थोड़ा सा approximation अगर कर लेते तो थोड़ा और आसान हो जाता. I would have got the near answer, not the accurate answer, but where should I have tweaked to make it easy and make it fast? Okay. Fine. So let us go right now, and this is let right. See, here PV is equal to nRT. PV is equal to nRT. Okay, and PV is equal to what? Number of moles is given mass by molar mass into RT. Then you can write pressure into the molar mass is equal to given mass by volume into RT, and hence PM is equal to what is given mass by volume of gas. Mass upon volume is density into RT. Okay, so this is one more formula, PM, dirty PM. What kind of PM? Dirty PM. PM, dirty PM. Okay, this is dirty PM. Now what is D here? D is the density. Again, Hishma, I'm once again telling, ये ऐसे explicitly मत लिखिएगा अगर आपका टीचर मतलब बहुत ज्यादा ही खराब है खड़ूस है तो, ठीक है ना? Because in 11th standard, your school teacher is going to check your copy. So please make sure that your teacher is fine with this. Okay. For example, if I
Okay.
was the teacher, I would be fine. I was like, चलो ठीक है, कुछ तो दिमाग लगा रहा है ना. बच्चा को कैलकुलेटर तो बनाना नहीं है. बच्चा को ये कि बच्चा थोड़ा दिमाग लगाए कि कहाँ पे अप्रोक्सीमेट कर सकते हैं, कहाँ पे हम नहीं कर सकते, कहाँ पे थोड़ा ट्वीक कर सकते हैं. So I would be
I
fine.
think it's okay in descriptive type, but for MCQs we have to be accurate, right? Because
अरे भाई, हाँ, accurate. Do you think option ऐसा रहेगा? Do you think IITs and AIMS and NEET examiners, they want to check whether you have right capability of calculation or not? Do you think इतना नजदीक तो कोई आंसर नहीं रहता है? Yes or
okay,
no?
sir. Okay, sir.
है ना? No answer is that much near. If that is, I mean, the answers are very near, then again, it is your call. You have to make some decisions, na? It should be your call. Done, all of you? Siraj
sir.
was disconnected and he's coming now. अब तो हो भी गया, खत्म. Okay, this is it for today. Siraj, you got disconnected. I'm ending the class now. Okay, Siraj. Okay, fine. So